Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today we will watch a short retelling of the film, El Cuerpo. In the center of the plot is a chemist-scientist, Alex. A young attractive man was married to his wife Mike. She was the owner of a pharmaceutical company. His wife was much older than him, but this did not interfere with their marriage. The guy played the role of a loving husband, and when circumstances allowed, he spent time with a young mistress. Micah didn't notice it. Or just pretending. After returning from a business trip, a woman suddenly dies of a heart attack. Her body is placed in the morgue, but soon it disappears. The police become interested in this strange, creepy case when the department receives a recording made from surveillance cameras. They show a night watchman who, as if very frightened of something, suddenly ran out of the morgue building directly into the roadway and was hit by a car. Inspector Jamie Pena takes over the investigation of the accident. Soon he learns about the disappearance of Mikey's body from the morgue and establishes contact with Alex. The young man does not look heartbroken and almost immediately sets the inspector against himself. Pena is convinced that he is guilty of both the death of the woman and the disappearance of her body. There is also a personal motive in the inspector's involuntary dislike of the suspect. He does not like that he took his wife's death too easily. Pen, I also lost my wife in an accident 10 years ago and still haven't come to terms with her death. Most of all, he is oppressed by the thought that the driver left the scene of the accident. If he had stayed or just called for help, the woman could have been saved. In Alex's belongings, the policeman finds a small bottle with the inscription TH16. It's a toxin that causes a heart attack after 8 hours and leaves no trace in the blood. It was produced by a pharmaceutical company owned by Mike. His suspicions are slowly turning into confidence. Pena believes that Alex was able to poison his wife. Alex himself denies his involvement in a possible murder. Moreover, he has a strange idea: his wife is actually alive. Allegedly, she guessed that he had a mistress, and simply faked death to take revenge on him. Instead of a dangerous toxin, a woman could drink a neuroleptic and that's why she was considered dead. After hearing this, Inspector Pena is only more convinced that the guy is trying to evade responsibility. Unable to resist the pressure of the police, Alex suffers from waking nightmares. He sees Mike everywhere. Becoming more and more convinced that she is actually alive, he tries to reproduce in memory the events of those days that preceded her death. The further the plot develops, the clearer it becomes that Alex's interpretation has the right to exist. Mike was, to put it mildly, a complicated person. Strong, intelligent, independent, in a relationship with a young and handsome, but less successful husband, she occupied a dominant position. Often resorting to psychological action, she caused Alex severe pain. The man depended on her financially, but constant humiliation often made him think about killing his wife. This idea took root in him when he met Carla, and initiated her into his plans. He did not dare to file for divorce, in which case he would lose the right to his wife's extensive inheritance. In despair, Alex seeks support from his mistress and spends the evening with her. The police detain Alex, whose health deteriorates sharply after dinner with his mistress. The car in which he is with the inspector is driving through the forest. Looking out the window, the young man sees the body of his wife. It scares him to such an extent that he loses control of himself. Being in a state of passion, he tries to escape, but the inspector catches up with him. Left alone with the suspect, Pena tells him about an accident 10 years ago, which, in addition to him, was witnessed by his daughter Eva. Recently she remembered that the culprits of her mother's death were Mike and Alex. Peña shows the young man a photo of her daughter and he is horrified. The picture shows his mistress Carla. Alex is getting worse and worse, and the inspector explains that everything that happened to him is the result of their plan with their daughter. They stole Mikey's body from the morgue and subtly framed him. In the end, Peña finishes Alex off with the message that Carla added the toxin Th16 to his wine. Now he will die, and the cause of death will be declared a heart attack on the background of stress. Thus, the inspector took revenge on the murderers of his wife, who 10 years ago did not suffer the deserved punishment. That's how this movie ends. Thank you for watching. If you liked the retelling, put likes and subscribe. Soon there will be a lot of videos on the channel. See you later.